What's up, YouTube? Cam that guy here. I'm back once again with another advice video, man. It's been a minute since I did an advice video, but like I said, I'm back on my YouTube shit. I'm back on my YouTube grind. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep doing this. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep being with YouTube. I'm just trying to get started, you know what I'm saying? See, I was talking in my vlog yesterday, my apartment tour vlog yesterday, about how I was gonna do this and that and this and that. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I doubt it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know. I just feel like I need to see results, you know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing results. I'm not seeing a change in the work I'm putting in my videos. So that's the reason why I stopped to begin with, is because I was just doing videos just to do it. I was getting no support. I had no support system at all. I can't grow on this YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why it's like, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I stopped doing YouTube and shit. Man, I want to give out advice on how to cope with stress, how to deal with stress. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to get ready to give advice on, right? So here we go, man. How to deal with stress. So stress is pretty much anger, you know what I'm saying, or obsession. You get upset. You know what I'm saying? You get stressed about something. For example, you get stressed at somebody at your job, you know what I'm saying, that was talking to you crazy. Or you get upset about your boss for telling you to do this and that and do this and that, boss you around. Or you get upset because somebody ate your lunch at your job. You know what I'm saying? Stress like that. Or you get stressed about your kids. Or you get stressed about your partner. You know what I'm saying? Stress can come a multitude where you get stressed on the road. You know what I'm saying? Somebody bumps your car in the parking lot. Somebody hits your car with a car door in the parking lot. Just whatever the case may be, whatever stress may come. Stress can come from a multitude of things. Just general life, day to day shit. That's how stress comes, right? So how to cope with stress is pretty simple, man. So I don't get stressed. I don't really get pissed off all the time. You know what I'm saying? There be things that should piss me off, but don't. How I deal with it is just simply stay remaining calm. You know what I'm saying? The only things that really piss me off in life is when niggas fuck with my food and when niggas try to start a fight with me. Those are the two things that piss me off. Other than that, nothing pisses me off. I've been in jail, I've been there, done that, I've been through it all. So it's like I've been molded into only being offended by when people fuck with my food. Cause like I said, this is shit I'm putting in my body, right? And then when niggas try to start a fight for no reason, try to get physical for no reason. Those are the only two things that like kind of piss me off. That will set me off, right? Other than that, nothing sets me off. Nothing pisses me off. I'm immune to anything. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, we'll say if your boss is giving you a hard time at work, is telling you to do this and that, do this and that, is boss you around, stay calm. You know what I'm saying? Approach the situation correctly. You know what I'm saying? How to deal with stress. I can't. I'm gonna give an example, then another example, and then I'm just gonna say it in general. So, how to deal with a situation where your boss is bossing you around, where you stay calm, approach the situation correctly. Think of why your boss is telling you to do this and that. Approach your boss. You know what I'm saying? Approach them and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you're my boss and everything, but I feel like you bossing me around too much. I feel like you're giving me too much commands. Could you lay back a little bit? You know what I'm saying? There's ways around it. So that's how I will go about if I'm stressed at work or if I have a coworker that keep talking to me, keep bugging me. I'd be like, okay, I appreciate this conversation that we're having, but I'm not really in a mood to talk today. You know what I'm saying? The way to cope with stress is to deal with your stress. You see what I'm saying? So I just gave you two examples of how to deal with stress so you don't get stressed. You gotta approach your stress correctly. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do. You gotta approach your stress the right way. You know what I'm saying? You don't wanna approach your stress the wrong way. You don't wanna get all mad, yell, be disrespectful. No, you approach your stress in a calm manner. How to deal with stress is to attack your stress in a calm manner. That's how you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you deal with stress. You attack it in a calm manner, right? So that's how you would deal with it, you know what I'm saying? So basically it's just looking at the situation and defusing it before it gets bad. So when you feel like you're getting ready to get stressed or getting ready to get pissed off, you gotta diffuse the situation before it escalates. Right? You don't want to deal with stress at the peak of its stressness or at the peak of its escalation. Right? So when you get pissed off, you need to deal with it beforehand. If you feel like it's getting to escalate to that level, attack it. You see what I'm saying? So another situation, let's say it's something a little bit inevitable. Just say your kid cheated on a test or something like that. You gonna get stressed. I thought you studied. I thought we studied this shit. How to deal with that is to make sure your kid study with your kid. Make sure you study with your kid and be like, hey, this down the third, so they know they test. So that's how you don't deal with that stress. You know what I'm saying? The way to prevent stress is to cope with it, is to attack it before it happens. You know what I mean? Or let's say you're in a parking lot and a car hits your door. That's something you can't really prevent. But what you can do is remain calm, realize, okay, I have insurance, this can get fixed, not to snap or be angry. And next time, park in a more unorthodox area so people don't park near you. Park away from people so people don't park near you. There's a way to deal with stress. You see what I'm saying? There's a way to deal with stress. There's a way to deal with the bullshit. There's a way. You know what I'm saying? There's a way. You know what I mean? You just gotta see it, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta see it and shit, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta know and shit, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta know the way. You just gotta know the ways and shit like that, you know what I mean? So, like I said, the easiest way, I just give y'all examples of how to deal and cope with stress. The best way is to deal with it before it escalates to its peak. That's the best way to deal with stress, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't get offended. And how I cope with my stresses was just food and getting physical with people. How I cope with the food part is I make my own meals. I don't eat out. I make my own meals so I know niggas not fucking with my food. That's how I deal with one stress, right? Another stress is how I deal with how to get physical with people. That don't normally happen unless I go to Appalachia. That's where a lot of mental niggas are, right? So they get physical with you for no reason, right? But other than that, I don't get physical with people. I have no issues because I have no friends. I have no friends. I don't hang around with nobody, so I don't deal with no issues. It's peaceful being alone. You know, so you deal with no issues. You know what I mean? Being alone has its pros and cons, but the pros is like you have no issues. You're involved in no drama, no bullshit, no fights, no none of that. You good. So if you want to always get into it with people, watch your circle, pick the right people to be around, people you know you're not gonna get in fights with, and you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to cope with stress accordingly. So like I said, for me, how I cope with, you know what I'm saying, is just not, get involved with people. Cause I go to Appalachia all the time, they try me all the time up there, right? But outside of Appalachia, let's say, back at Home Depot, I didn't deal with that situation just because. Granted, I am in a job environment, but still, I didn't deal with that. At Dollar Tree, I didn't deal with that. I had one situation where I almost went there at Dollar Tree, but I didn't deal with that. At Home Depot, I definitely didn't deal with it. So it kind of just like, say who you are as a person and how you deal and how you act. You know what I'm saying? Just act accordingly, be yourself, and you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be all this talkative guy. It's always talking shit. This, that, and the third. Just be yourself, act accordingly. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like that's how I deal with my stresses. Is I make my own food and I have no friends. Problem solved. See what I'm saying? Simple shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you deal with it. And that's pretty much the end of this video, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed this video on how to deal with stress. How you deal with stress is to attack it head on, to distinguish it before it reaches its peak. You want to attack the stress head on, attack the problem, the situation before it reaches its peak. You know what I'm saying? You just avoid things that stresses you off. Things that stress you off, prevent them. You know what I'm saying? That's how you avoid stress. Prevent your stresses. And that's the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.